And then after that, or around that time anyway, in I think it was 87 or was it 89, the World Confederation of Physical Therapy had a conference in Sydney, a fantastic conference. But the point here is that the Australian Association had developed the hand symbol for physiotherapy. And a couple of us looked at it, and I talked to some of our contacts over there. I was still chairperson at that stage, representing this profession over there, and got an agreement that they would be happy that we used the hand symbol as well over here in New Zealand if we wanted to, because they'd done a fair bit of research and development on that. So we brought it up then pushed it further than that and brought it up at the subsequent World Confederation executive meeting, which was held after the conference and I attended, and we agreed that it should in fact, or could in fact, become the international symbol for groups that wanted to. And I understand some of the Scandinavian countries picked up on it. I think South Africa did for a while. What's happened to that hand symbol over there, I have no idea at all. But we certainly brought it back here to New Zealand and eventually set up the marketing committee. Well, in the early days, that was producing stickers of the hand symbol, and then we formed a committee, and I was involved with that for many years, and eventually we started producing jumpers with the embroidery on it, and the hospitals really got behind that and started using it. We had a whole range of rules and regulations for the use of the hand symbol, that it couldn't be this and it couldn't be that and it shouldn't be changed, and the colours had to be this, that or the other, and all this sort of stuff, which I think was necessary at the time. And it became the property of, as of right, by the Physiotherapy Society. We checked that out legally. We had an existing use right on it, and so on and so forth. So that became the focal point of the marketing committee. We then started producing pamphlets based on acupuncture and on rice and on all those sorts of little things. And we got artists in to do it, and we had a very limited budget, and we produced them and we sold them to physiotherapists, mainly private practitioners. And the jumpers started selling, and we produced some sweatshirts and so forth. And it sort of grew and grew, and it was good to see that the profession was using the hand symbol. It started becoming recognised as physiotherapy, a bit like the Red Cross the Red Cross, and the Blue Cross was veterinary, and so on. Eventually, to the degree that I ran what we term MOS, the mail order shop for the marketing committee, something or other shop or something it was. And I happened to have a spare room in the building I was working from, and set it up as the shop, and we had a big storage cabinet all with lockers and boxes for different sizes, and shirts and T-shirts and jumpers and pamphlets and so forth. And my secretary spent half a damn time, filling in orders and banking the money and so forth and so on. And I suppose I did that for about 3 years at the end of my time with the marketing, and then it went to Wellington and became centralised and organised by the society itself in its own offices, which was obviously a much better idea, and has progressed obviously remarkably from those early and humble beginnings. We did put together a display package, so if a practitioner or a branch had a function to go to display physiotherapy, a long move from the days of the 8-inch by 10-inch brass plaque, at a wherever it was, be it a shopping mall or for whatever it was, that they could borrow this huge, cumbersome display package that we had out of MDF and signs that stuck on with Velcro, stuff like that. It was not cutting edge technology in those days, but it was a start. There's no question about that. It was a start. And it worked. It was cumbersome, but it worked. But of course now it's so much better. I do, from my own perspective, understand that things move on and that the Physiotherapy Society now has its stylized P for its logo and its presentation, though the hand is still used on its jumpers and shirts, as far as I can see. I am obviously a little disappointed that a symbol which should become a universally recognised symbol has been shifted off. The advertising, the recognition of the profession by that symbol, I think, is something that could have grown. It's obviously been curtailed. It's still out there, yes. It's still doing its thing in hospitals, on jumpers, and maybe private practitioners still wear them as well. But it's mixing metaphors, if you like. You've got this symbol as physiotherapy, but you've got the other symbol, which I recognise you're trying to present the professional society with the stylised P. But for the public, this is all far too technical. That, you know, this is the and so on. So I guess I have some misgivings about the fact that the hand symbol has sort of dropped off the radar, so to speak. But for all of that, the profession's out there, so the marketing is going on. The pamphlets are good. The publicity into days like the World Physiotherapy Days and where groups and branches go off to, I don't know, kindy days and running days and whatever it is in their local communities, is obviously increasing the profile anyway. But I guess it's just that old-fashioned idea that you've got something that you stick with instead of just constantly changing the impression from that.